Hey guys, it's Sherry with Sherry Sales 352, your real estate consultant here in Ocala, Florida. And it's been a while, but I'm here with another video. I've been thinking about this topic for quite some time, so I'm so excited to talk to you about what you need to know as a buyer when buying new construction homes. I've spent quite a bit of time here in Ocala being a builder's rep for a local builder here in town, and there's just so much to know. So I'm probably gonna do a two-part video, so this video is not very long. So I'm gonna be sharing 5 tips in this video. Stay tuned for another video sharing 5 additional tips. Let's get right into it. First thing, I did a YouTube short asking whether or not you should use a realtor when buying new construction. My answer was, it depends. If you are experienced, if you've purchased multiple homes, if you've purchased new construction before, maybe not. But if you are a new home buyer, you've never owned a home before, or if this is your first time buying new construction, absolutely, you should have buyer representation. I cannot express this enough. I have personal stories of working with brand new buyers while I was representing the seller. And in the back of my mind, I always thought these people absolutely need buyer representation. But that was not my job and in that moment. But now I'm just here to share with you, do not go into this process without buyer representation. Buying a home is such an emotional transaction. You walk through the door, you see all the bells and whistles, the shiny floors and countertops, and you're ready to sign the dotted line. There's so much you haven't considered when you make an emotional purchase. A third party, like your real estate agent, can go into a situation and actually ask the questions you may not be thinking about asking. So that's my first tip. If you're buying new construction, you're a first-time home buyer, or you've never purchased new construction, or maybe the city and town is new to you, you've never heard of this builder or never had any experience with this builder, please use buyer representation. Tip number 2. This tip is so underutilized, I can't stress it enough. Again, because buying a home is an emotional transaction, you really don't think about this, but if you have determined that you love the home, you love the community, you're pretty sure you're gonna buy there, take the time to ride through the community and talk to the homeowners that already live there. Now, if it is, again, a brand new construction community and you're the first one in the neighborhood, then this may not be easy to do. But more than likely, there are already people living there. You want to know, what has their experience been with this builder? Do they enjoy their home? What do they like best about their home? Maybe ask them which representative did they use when they purchased the home, so then you can go in the model and ask for that same individual, because maybe several people in the community have had such a good experience with them. This is such an inside tip. I don't think anyone takes advantage of that, but that's really a good way to get unbiased information about the home you're getting ready to buy or the builder you're about to do business with. So tip number 2, talk to the neighbors that are already living in the community where you want to buy. Tip number 3, a lot of new home communities are within homeowner association communities, and there are deed restrictions. A lot of people are familiar with HOAs, but sometimes from community to community, there may be specific things you would never think are a deed restriction. For example, maybe they have a restriction on the number of pets that you can have in your home, maybe the breed of pet that you can have in your home. Here's one that is a little bit unique. Maybe it's a community where they don't allow fencing. And if you have children or you have animals and that's really important to you, that may be a deal breaker. So you need to find out these sorts of things ahead of time. Ask for a copy of the HOA documents. Take your time and read through them to make sure there are no surprises. There's nothing worse than signing the dotted line. You're all excited about your home. Maybe you've even moved in and you find out, oh, I can't put in a fence, or I can't put in a shed, or I have 3 dogs and I can only have 2. Find out this crucial information ahead of time. Get a copy of those HOA docs and read them thoroughly. Tip number 4, take the time to get a home inspection. Yes, it is a new construction home and you may not anticipate encountering any major issues, but it's still good to have peace of mind to have a third party go through and make sure that everything is connected correctly and things are working the way they're supposed to work. It does happen. I'm thinking about an example right now that I encountered when selling a new construction home, that the plumbing backed up in the home right after buyers moved in. It was something that was very easy to repair, but this is something that could have been found out in a home inspection, which also brings me to my 5th and final tip in this first series of what you need to know when buying a new construction home. When you do your final walkthrough, in most cases you'll get an initial walkthrough and then right before closing you'll get a final walkthrough. Do not rush through this process. A lot of times the person conducting the final review of the home may be a construction representative. They have a finite amount of time and they may want to get you through that quickly, but take your time. I rarely see buyers run the water, flush the toilets, run the dishwasher, run the shower, do things so you can make sure all the systems of their home are working the way they're supposed to work. Do this during the initial walkthrough, so by the time you do your final, all those things can be taken care of. Believe me, the builder does not want anything to stop the close of that home, so you want to find out as much as you can before you close. Now, most of the time builders do include a 1-year home warranty, and depending on the builder, small things can be taken care of relatively quickly, but it just gives you a little added peace of mind to find anything there is to be found ahead of time and get those things rectified. So I hope these 5 tips have been helpful to you when buying a new construction home. Actually, you can apply it to buying a resale home as well. These tips are still very much so valid. So if you're interested in knowing more, stay tuned for my next video on what you need to know when buying a new construction home. If you have any questions or if you think there's something you want to know more about, leave a comment below. I look forward to talking to you soon. Be sure to subscribe and click the notifications bell so you don't miss the next video. See you next time.